Hello and welcome to Your Story, Your Tune. I'm so glad you're here. This is where we share real stories from listeners and viewers like you. Moments from your lives when a particular song became something more than just music. When it became a lifeline, a memory, a turning point. Tonight's story is about betrayal, distance, and the slow, difficult work of rebuilding trust. Not in someone else, but in yourself. It comes from Lowri in Swansea, who wrote to us about discovering an affair, losing a relationship she'd believed in, and learning to stand alone again. This is Lowri's story. Lowri runs a small florist's on Walter Road in Swansea. At 41, she knows flowers, their seasons, their temperaments, how to coax a reluctant stem into something beautiful. For 3 years, she'd also known the rhythms of a long-distance relationship. Her partner lived in Aberdeen, working in the oil industry. They'd met at a wedding in Edinburgh, hit it off immediately, and decided distance was manageable. Weekends on the train, FaceTime every evening. Plans for one of them to relocate eventually. It wasn't perfect, but Lowri had believed it was real. She'd believed in him. Then, 6 months ago, his phone buzzed on her kitchen table during one of his visits. He was in the shower. She wasn't the sort to snoop, or so she'd thought, but the preview on the lock screen was explicit enough. A colleague's name. Words that left no room for misinterpretation. Lowri sat there, holding his phone, her hands shaking as the shower ran upstairs. When he came down, she handed it to him without a word. He didn't deny it. He tried to explain. The loneliness, the distance, how it had just happened. She asked him to leave. He did. And that, as they say, was that. The weeks after were brutal. Lowri kept the shop running because she had to, arranging bouquets for other people's celebrations and sympathies, whilst her own life felt like it was collapsing inward. Mutual friends reached out with that particular tone, careful, pitying, and she found herself avoiding their calls. She didn't want to be the woman who'd been cheated on, the one everyone felt sorry for. Her brother Dafydd, a paramedic who'd seen enough of life's wreckage to know when someone needed help, moved into her spare room for a fortnight without asking. He made her eat proper meals, forced her to go for walks along the seafront, and didn't let her wallow. "You're allowed to be angry," he told her one evening over mugs of tea. "You're allowed to grieve this, but you're not allowed to pretend it didn't hurt." That was the thing, wasn't it? It did hurt. Not just the affair, but the erosion of trust, the what-ifs that haunted her during quiet evenings. Had he ever really loved her? Had she been naive to believe in something conducted mostly over screens and train timetables? The resentment came in waves. At him, at the woman in Aberdeen, at herself for not seeing it coming. Slowly, carefully, Lowri began building a new routine. Solo trips to the cinema, Sunday lunches at her favourite cafe on Mumbles Road. Evenings spent reorganising the shop or tending her own small garden. It was fragile, this new normal, but it was hers. Dafydd had gone home. Satisfied, she wasn't going to fall apart. But he still rang most days. One Saturday in late spring, Lowri closed the shop early and drove out to Rhossili. She walked the beach alone, the wind sharp off the Bristol Channel, and let herself feel everything she'd been pushing down. The anger, the grief, the slow, tentative hope that maybe, eventually, she'd be all right. She sat on the sand and put her earbuds in, scrolling through her phone for something to match the mood. The song that came on wasn't one she'd chosen deliberately. The algorithm offered it up. But the moment she heard it, something clicked. It was about resilience, about finding strength after someone's let you down, about standing on your own 2 feet. Lowri listened to it 3 times in a row, tears streaming down her face, the late afternoon light turning everything gold. It wasn't about him anymore. It was about her. About surviving betrayal and choosing to keep going. Lowri's learning to trust herself again, one day at a time. The resentment hasn't vanished, but it's no longer the only thing she feels. And the song that means everything to Lowri? It's I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. Due to copyright, we can't play it in this video. But it's a song about defiance, about refusing to be broken by someone else's choices. I will leave a card and a link in the description for you to enjoy Lowri's song. If you have a story you'd like to share, we'd love to hear it. Until next time, this has been Your Story, Your Tune.